do this if you want to be more creative in your life, to be able to have more creative solutions. So one of the things that I've found in my life that have worked for me personally as far as being more creative is that the more I learn and develop myself in the area of love and developing that love and expressing it towards others, I find that I'm more creative. Why? Because, well, love, right, is the source of life, right? And so love is actually also the means, by definition, is the source of creativity, right? And part of the source of creation. And so that love is what fueled God to create creation, right? And all that we know right now. And so that love is what is the fuel for creativity. And so the more you have love in you and the more you display love in yourself, towards yourself, and towards others, the more creative you will be. And in addition to that, we're going to give that a little bit more direction, right? Because we know that the character of love, one of the character traits of love is that it is useful, right? So useful means that you are useful in a very practical sense to others and towards the people that you care about. And so one of the ways that manifests is by learning, and the way you express that is by learning new skills and abilities and having more experiences, because the more knowledge and skills you have, as well as the more experience you have, the more value you have for your life, and therefore the more valuable you are towards the community that you choose to serve, right? And humanity in general, which is obviously the greater community that we are aiming to serve in business. And so that's why it's very important that you continually, that you really take advantage. And that's why having the human time zone of learn zone and the apply zone or the practice zone are two very important time zones that are going to be key components to your development and growth. So you always want to spend time daily, some time dedicated to learning something new, whether that's a new skill, that's a new knowledge or ability, or a new experience, having one daily, so that you can have. And the reason this is because this part is my belief, my theory, is that the more knowledge that you have, the more skills that you have, the more experiences you have, it's more reference points and what I call contact points for your mind and your subconscious to find solutions to your creative solutions to your problems, right? So here's what I mean with that, is that it's like, think about this. If you have 100, it's like, okay, so you think about years ago when the highest definition was 8-bit or 16-bit, and for those of you who don't know or are young and don't know what that means, that's back when technology started coming out, when these computers and stuff started coming out. All the images were very square, very pixelated. Why? Because they didn't have enough contact points to generate a more detailed image, right? And so it's the same thing, I believe, with our minds. The more knowledge we have, the more experiences we have, the more skills we develop, the more creative by definition we can be, because we have more sources from which to pull. And those sources, while consciously we may think they're unrelated, our subconscious mind always has a higher picture, and so may find a connection from 2 points that you might think would never have nothing to do with each other, but your subconscious found a solution through those 2 points that you found unrelated. It found a solution to the issue that you had at hand currently. And so that's why it's very important to always have your develop time and your learn time, with your learn time and your apply time. So make sure you keep that in mind, and you develop a plan for learning and applying a learn plan for skills and abilities and experiences you want to have throughout your life, because each of those skills, each of those experiences, all that knowledge are creating several contact points that you, by definition, will now be that much more creative because of those learning experiences. So this is a very important key to not just to life in general, and just to genuinely care and love for humanity. You should always be developing new skills and abilities so that you can be of more value to humanity, right? Because life is about that. Life is about serving humanity and being able to be of value to those who are around us. All right, so I hope that was useful to you. Have a great day.